What's going on, guys? We're back day 2 trying to get the Civic ready for sick week. Got a little list of things to get done today, so we're going to push ourselves and get those done. First thing I think we can do is get the fuel pump relay kit in and wired. So we have our other fuel pump wired. We've got our fuel lines. We can do all the fuel lines. And we've got our rear wheel speed sensor and our front wheel speed sensor. We can get those guys going in. Might go this afternoon and try and pick up a trailer. So then we've got the lights to wire after that. So I think that might be my tomorrow project, but we'll get through some of this stuff, see how far we can go. All right, so we'll start off with wiring the fuel pump real quick. This is one of our Pfispeed fuel pump relay kits. This makes it pretty easy to put into about anything. I'm gonna put the battery side in here because I've got all my power distribution in there. And then these two wires right here are to trigger it. All my other wiring for that's right there. So we can just get all that stuff on, hook those up, run this side back to the pump, figure out how we're gonna connect that to the pump. Alright, so we got our relay kit in here. We got it hooked up to power and ground. We got the switch hooked up into the extra output, and then we got power hooked up onto the fuse box, running through the car here. Now we've just got some spades on there right now. I've got some nice plugs at home I can bring and just clamp those on, but that'll do for that. We can keep this wire right down in here, so that'll be nice and out of the way. Run it around the side. Now we can set up the ECU for that. I already know which pin it's on, so we just got to set that up. We don't have any fuel in it. I don't want to put any fuel in it because I'm sure we're going to have to weld for a bracket, so I don't want to have to clean fuel back out of it. But we can definitely turn it on and see if the pump actually works. All right, we'll just go down here to outputs, and we find gray output number 8, which is not being used. But first, let's check what generic outputs we have available. Generic outputs, so we'll go with 3. We're going to use the switch panel. We've got a switch panel 5 mini. We're going to put it on position 5. We're going to set it on toggle off, toggle on off, save. Oh, forgot one thing, got to enable it. Now we can go to our outputs. We can go down to 8. We can go to generic output 3. Now we can load this into the ECU. Now that that's loaded, let's go ahead and turn our power on. All right, and as you can see, the last button now comes on. Now there isn't any fuel in there, so I don't want to run it too long, but we heard it kick on, it runs, it works. That's one step done. So it's really easy, as you can see, to wire in one of our fuel pump relay kits. And it's also really easy to set about any output up on the Fuel Tech. So that's a success. We'll go ahead and kill the power so we don't drain anything here. But pretty happy one thing's completely done. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed right now. Everything I'm doing, I kind of got to wait to grab some parts tomorrow. Just kind of running out of time. But I'm just going to keep plugging away at some little stuff here. Get some parts in the morning, and all you can do is just keep on trying. Well, guys, been working on just some tedious wiring stuff. So I never actually got a chance to wire the back pressure sensor in. So I brought a little harness I had made down with me. Ran that over. Now on this harness, on the universal A and B harness, on the extra plug out here, it has one 5-volt and one ground. So I went ahead and made these little jumpers right here, like Brent's shown you before. So I have 6 sensor grounds and 6 5-volts. So we went ahead and we have that back pressure running inside. And then we've also got our spool of the speed sensor from the back coming in. So I'm going to go ahead and get these wired up. All right, guys, so this is our final product. We got power on one side, ground on the other side. So then on this one, we have literally 2 for each. So works out pretty good. So we can have the front wheel speed sensor and the rear wheel speed sensor on separate pins. All right, guys, so we got the speed sensor all wired. So as you can see right here on the screen, right here is going to be the rear. Now let's go give this thing a spin real quick. Eight, 7, 6. All right. Well, that's working. So we got quite a few things done today. We still got a long ways to go. So I'm gonna go get some sleep. We're gonna keep on trucking, get back at it hard in the morning. We're back out here working on the brother-in-law. It's a rainy day, so try and get some of this stuff done inside. Went this morning and picked up some stuff. Got the brake fittings we need and the rest of the fuel line we need to finish our fuel system. So those, I think, are the last couple things we need the lift for. I know Kyle needs the lift to get working on his car again. So I'm gonna try and get those couple things done. We had something else come up tonight. Cletus hit me up this morning and they have their Dirty 30 race tonight with the Crown Vics with the guys from Top Gear. So he asked me to go drive the pace van for that. So we're gonna bust out the car and then we're gonna go to the Freedom Factory and go drive the pace van tonight. So let's see what we can get done before we gotta roll. So we got our return line all done. So we've got our return line here with our adapter to a 10 and a plug. And then over here for our feed, we've got our dash 8 with an adapter and a plug. Now that plug will be able to come out and switch back and forth between the lines depending on which fuel system we have hooked up. So right now we have the street fuel system plugged up, and then when we run the street fuel system, we'll plug the lines from the mechanical pump. So we're not gonna have any leakage or spillage or anything like that. So now we can get going on getting these brakes all done and bled. All right, guys, so we got the rear brakes all hooked up and all bled. The lines are out of the way. They clear the tires. So now we can get the car on the ground. I think the next thing I'm going to do is vacuum the inside real quick, get the passenger seat bolted back in, and then get the catch can mounted back where it was. So we can go ahead and get off the lift now and start doing that stuff. All right, we got the passenger seat back in, got the catch can back in. Might be a little tight on that side, but you know, that's the perks of it. All right, guys, so there's a lot of stuff that you guys have noticed in the comments that aren't really up to the standards of how fast the car is going. Originally, the car wasn't meant to go this fast, and the car progressed quicker than I did on keeping up on some of the stuff. Like the seat, Ben's gonna be getting that in, but also something else you guys have been complaining about is the stock steering wheel. I didn't like the stock steering wheel either, but we've got a nice little NRG hub and a steering wheel here with a quick release. So we popped that stock one off. Let's go ahead and start getting this guy put together. So we got the new steering wheel on here. That's removable. That's a little better. I like it. Plus it brings it towards me a little bit more. I'm definitely a fan of that. Well, here we are. Looks Looks like the GTR World Cup Finals is going on at Bradenton right now. But that's not where we're heading. We're heading to the Freedom Factory right next door. And we're gonna go drive the pace van for the Dirty 30 race. Cletus has the spectator drags and the truck pulls going on right this second. And then after that is gonna be the Dirty 30 race. Nice little break. Sometimes you just gotta stop what you're doing and have a little bit of fun. So we had to jump start the burnout van. That's the pace van. Got it all fired up. Let it warm up. They're doing their driver's meeting right now. Then we can go start ripping this thing.
We're gonna do a burnout real quick. Hey, Spence around so he can start announcing. Spence, can you start?
Guys, so we got done with the Dirty 30 race. I got to rip the van, be the pace car. That was pretty fun. I've only gotten to race in the races or spot for Brent. It was fun to have a different job. So it was a nice little change from working on the car for a night. Get a nice little breather. Now we can get back on it tomorrow. We get to take it to Ben tomorrow for the fab work. But it looks like we got some monster trucks here. Gonna kind of hang out, watch some monster trucks real quick. Head on to the house, get some sleep so we can go drop the car off with Ben. This is my last day in Florida working on the car for sick week before I fly back tonight for work this week. So we're gonna basically get the car loaded up in the trailer, take it over to Ben. We're gonna pick up a trailer on the way. I found Northern Tool has the same trailer that Shane has. So we're gonna pick that up on the way. It's an assemble kit, so you gotta assemble it still. But we're gonna get the car loaded up. We're gonna stop and get that trailer, and we're gonna get the car over to Ben so he can get going on the fab work while I'm gone. Then we can come back and have a few days to button up the last little things. Not too bad. Made it. All right, so we just came to Northern Tool and Equipment. This is where we found a trailer that is the same as Shane's. Everything else was 4x8, and that's within the rules, but I just don't want to pull a trailer that big. It's just a lot more load. So ours came disassembled. So there's 2 packages. This one has the axle and crossbars and stuff. This one has the lights and the wheels and tires and the tongue and all that other stuff and the chains. And then we got ourselves a hitch for the car. So now we can get this stuff out of the cart into our little trailer here, head on over to Ben's. All right, guys, so we made it over to Ben's. I want to show you something that he's been doing. This is really cool. He's been sending me a bunch of pictures of it. So you've got a Porsche 911, right?
Yeah, it's a 996. So this is a 1999 Porsche 911. First year of the water-cooled motors.
Sweet. So man of our own breed here. He's got a K in here. So you've been working on this for a little while. You kind of got hooked on the Ks after the Cater Tot thing.
Yeah, I mean, I never really thought about them too much, just because, you know, I'm a BMW guy, really.
Yep.
And then once I just saw what they could do, how light they are, how cheap everything is, I was like, it's a no-brainer.
Yep.
And especially on these cars. So I bought this with a running motor. Everything was perfect on it. And I was able to sell the running motor for $7,500.
Yeah.
I sold the exhaust for $2,000.
Yeah, so you've got most of the money for all of this. So with just the purchase of the car.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of cool stuff that he's done. You know, he kind of clearanced some of the valve cover here, and then inside, because it's a real tight fit on the valve cover, inside here, that plate in the back, he raised that. So he's actually got access to, you know, changing spark plugs and all that kind of stuff. So this thing's pretty sweet. He just made a big old intercooler for it. You said those are BMW cores?
Yeah, they're Treadstone cores, but they're the 335 fitment.
Yeah.
So they're just kind of a funky shape. They're fat and wide. Everything else would hang too low, like traditional. And I didn't really want to go air to water because it's going to be a street car. It's got air conditioning and all that stuff.
Sweet.
So, you know, I just want a nice air-to-air setup that would work.
Yeah, so fabbed those up. And then last night you took your wife's car and played around some, didn't you?
Dude, we won.
So, as you saw last night, we were at the Freedom Factory for the truck pulls and the Dirty 30 race. Well, before that, while I was still working on my car, they had the spectator drags. And you took your wife's car and went and won that.
Yeah, so the first time I went, I got 3rd place with that. And I was in the car field because they didn't have a truck SUV class. So this year they had opened up a truck and SUV class, and I was like, hey, let's give that a shot. And yeah, but there's a fast Escalade that almost got me.
Oh, damn.
We had to run it back. I mean, it was a photo finish, so.
Damn. Yeah, I think we're going to have to get into that sometime. He's got his list of things we need to do, which is mostly extend the dump tube and exhaust up, cut the hole better, mount the Kirky seat over there, install the Y&S Lexan windows in the front. We left the back triangle windows in case he has time to do that. If he does, cool. If he doesn't, cool. And then the fuel cell, mounting that, and then our little trailer stuff here. So I don't know if we're gonna go as crazy as Shane, but we'll just get a little box frame built on it just to hold everything in. So I'm excited. You got about a week.
Yeah.
You know, Ben's a creative guy, so I'm anxious to see it all done. So we're gonna go park the trailer and put the truck away and fly home to get some work done for the week and check on Shane and Brent and see how Shane's car's coming. Get them loaded up and head back down here to get sick week going. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys all tomorrow.